Hi, welcome to Fusion Beads. Today I'm going to show you how to end memory wire in two different ways. Memory wire bracelets are a great, quick and easy design that you can use with tons of different beads to create texture and a multi-strand look. For this technique, you're going to need your memory wire bracelet here, and I'm using the 12 loop 2.5 diameter bracelet. You're also going to need 2 of the memory wire end caps, and then whatever beads that you prefer to use. And in this, I'm going to be showing you using the exclusive Fusion Beads Seed Bead Mini Palette here. You're also going to need round nose pliers, and then optional memory wire cutters if you decide you want your bracelet shorter. And it's important to use memory wire cutters because the memory wire is hardened steel, and using regular cutters will nick or dull those. So you want to make sure and you use the memory wire cutters here because those will cut through this hardened steel here with no problems. And then you're also going to need a toothpick and then the correct adhesive. And I like to use the super new glue here because it's a very quick drying time and it dries clear. You can also use this 5-minute epoxy, and that also has a very quick drying time. Okay, so since there's 2 ways to show you how to end your memory wire, I'm going to go ahead and start with using these memory wire end caps here. So to use these in your memory wire bracelets, you just want to find the end. Let's take one end here, and one of the end caps. Okay, and then I like to just use my toothpick and just dab glue right on the end there. And then just kind of spread it around just the tip, the end of that memory wire. Okay, and then you just want to slide just right through that hole there in that end cap. And it has a hole and it doesn't go all the way through. So it just looks like a perfect little end bead there. Okay, so you want to go ahead and let that dry. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've let this super new glue set for about 10 or so minutes here, just so I can start working with it. But before you wear it, you want to give it a good 24 hours of drying time, just to be safe. But I can go ahead and start working on my bracelet, just being careful not to put too much pressure on that little end cap there while I'm working. So I'm just going to